Hey guys, welcome back to Strength and Health for Life. We are on day 8 of our weight loss journey together. Today I thought we would talk about exercise and how too much of it can not only be detrimental to your weight loss, but it can also be detrimental to your health. So, obviously too much, well maybe not obviously, but some people don't know that too much exercise can actually stop weight loss. This is due for several factors, the primary one being increase in cortisol. So your body can't determine the difference between running away from a threat and exercising and overstressing your body just because you're trying to work out and stay healthy. It also can't recognize the difference between physical and mental stress because stress is stress and increases cortisol levels. Increased cortisol decreases your body's ability to metabolize fat because it decreases your body's ability to utilize testosterone. As stated previously, it also can cause major health risks, especially in males. Because most of the male's anatomy runs or functions normally in the presence of testosterone, and if that testosterone is removed, it can or not removed, but if it's unable to utilize the testosterone in your system, a lot of those systems can have complications or even fail. So it's recommended that you do no more than 15 to 30 minutes of exercise, of hard exercise or high intensity exercise, at about 3 days a week. If you can do less strenuous exercises on the other 4 days of the week, but it's highly recommended that you get that on average you get no more than 5 hours a week total. And if you do super high intensity, you should not do more than 30 minutes 3 days a week, as it is. You also need to make sure you commit to rest each day so your body can recover. This allows your muscles to repair without overstressing them, and again, prevents you from increasing your cortisol levels because you're allowing your body's muscles to repair before they become overly stressed. Too much exercise can also decrease your body's energy utilization. Eventually, the body will become more efficient and use less energy for this to do the same amount of exercise or produce the same amount of motion. This results in reduced fat burn, and it can even increase your weight because your hunger increases because you have an energy deficiency, but you're unable to metabolize more than a certain amount of food at a time. As far as constructively, so your body will turn whatever extra you eat directly into fat. So it's important that you understand that the human body can only metabolize 400 to 500 calories per meal sitting, and that's roughly every 4 hours, maybe 4 or 5 hours or so. Because of that, the fat will end up, because of that, the fat, anything extra ends up turning into fat due to overeating, because no matter how much you exercise, your body just can't use it. Your metabolism speeds up to a point, but then there's a cap to that. It can reduce. It obviously can cause bad health. As examples, light to moderate runners have a 30% reduced chance of death of all causes compared to non-runners. But people who run, who run intensively 3 days a week, have the exact same percent chance of dying of all causes as a non-runner. So at some point it becomes so detrimental you might as well just not work out at all, and you get the same results health-wise. It can also lead to what they call rhabdomyolysis, which is basically when you overwork your muscles, they explode, causing obvious injury. But all the materials that made up your body, made up those muscles, like the individual cells, the proteins, all the fibers, end up getting into your bloodstream. This can cause clots, among other things, but it's never a good sign when anything that's not meant to be in your blood is in your blood. In females, it can cause over-exercise can cause osteoporosis, lead to eating disorders. It can also lead to menstruation problems. So if you have a problem, you think some women have a problem with menstruation, without exercise, but if you over-exercise, it can make it worse. Or if you have no problem, it can make it even, it could actually make a problem for you. It also reduces your immunity to bacteria and viruses because you exhaust your immune system due to overstressing your body. So if you find yourself, being sick more often, perhaps but you're exercising all the time, you may be exercising too much. It can also lead to sexual dysfunction. Yes, as you get healthier, your sexual functionality, increases, which is a good thing. But overworking can lead to the opposite effect and actually have leave you, it can harm your relationships because of that as well. So, several signs of overworking. If you find yourself working out but you're getting injured frequently, there's a good chance that you are pushing yourself too hard, too frequently. You're not allowing your muscles to rest and recuperate, long enough in between. Eventually, you'll end up with decreased performance. So, you always expect to see some improvement in, running time or endurance or, the amount of weight you can lift, things like that. But if you're overworking, you'll actually see a reduction in those over time. And that's another sign that you're overworking because you're exhausting your body too much and you're not making any gains in any way in any of the areas that are important to your health and to losing weight. If your muscles are constantly sore all the time, your muscles should be capable of repairing themselves within a 24-hour period. Especially if you're stretching or doing some light exercise on your off days, your muscles should be capable of repairing themselves. If they're not, then you may be overworking them and pushing them too hard. Insomnia is another, is another sign that you're overworking. You can actually overexercise yourself to the point where you can no longer sleep. This in turn leads to even more. Not just physical health, but mental health issues, and can, especially exhaustion. You're always feeling tired. It can also lead to high anxiety due to cortisol. And cortisol is the stress hormone, and it increases, anxiety and the stress that you have in your body, especially when you can't get rid of it. It could cause loss of appetite. If you're overworking, you may find yourself not able to eat, which is detrimental to even losing weight because your body may go into starvation mode at that point because it does not know whether you're going through, time period of a drought and it needs to store energy as fat. So this, because your body will always ensure that you survive. So it's important that you get enough rest and you don't overwork yourself. And again, if you're frequently ill and easily tired, there's a good chance you're overworking yourself as well. So these were the reasons why overexercising can actually be detrimental to your weight loss. We want to try to avoid these, and in future videos I may go over some of these a little bit more in depth. Go into types of exercises to be doing, but today's video is a little bit shorter. If you liked today's video, please like and subscribe down below, and please leave a comment. Any questions that you may have. Also, if you need any help, if you need any additional help losing body weight, and maybe propelling yourself forward, please click the link in the description, at the top of the description, and I'll see you guys around.